Go, 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 let's get it. I'm a trapping fanatic, that shit automatic, so I cannot turn it on or off. Bitches all on my dick, then she hop on my dick, I'm like, why you keep hopping on and off? Your bitch all on my dick, she be doing the most, I tell her, little bitch, you so extra. And my gun up on me, but not run up on me, niggas, they wanna fight, they some wrestlers.
What would happen if Naruto had the blood of both dominant clans within his series, the SENJU and the UCHIHA? With these powerful bloodlines running through his body, he could only be destined for greatness. Yo, it's Zero, and this is what if Naruto was half SENJU and half UCHIHA. This is more of a long series, so I hope you guys enjoy it in each part and help me add on to it. Now, with that out of the way, let's begin our story. I know it may sound cliche, but this video was done so many times by so many different people, and it was all done great in my opinion by all the people that I've watched do it. So of course I'll have to make mine a little more interesting when taking the story further, but it may be the same for the beginning, so just bear with me. With Naruto here being the descendant of Madara and Hashirama's families. And there's two ways we could take the story. With one, Minato and Kushina being alive, and one where they remain dead. And I actually want them to remain dead here, because I don't want Minato to be able to end the story too quickly, because he'd still be in his prime. What actually happens after Naruto's birth is Hiruzen raises him, and not like in canon. No, you can't even call that raising him. This Naruto is actually taken care of, and even trained, as he's seen as the next coming of the White Fang, due to his extraordinary genetics and abilities. This was the first time that we'd actually see a full SENJU and UCHIHA have a child. So of course the UCHIHA wanted to raise him, but Fugaku knew there was no chance with him being the Nine-Tails Jinchuriki. So, all the actions of Danzo and the clan still play out the same, and when that does happen, well, most of the clan dies, except for two members, that of course being Naruto and Sasuke. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't skip over anything that's really important to go over within our story. Now, with Naruto growing up, and Hiruzen still being active Kage, he would have Jiraiya and Tsunade return to the village, as a major change happens because of this. And this is because of Naruto's bloodline, with Granny Tsunade actually being his real grandmother here. And I think this gives her a reason to actually come back and become the 5th Hokage much earlier in the story, almost right after the clan's massacre, a couple months. Now, with her in charge, Hiruzen and Jiraiya can focus on the training of Naruto for the next 5 years. And I do think this Naruto, due to the stress and expectations that he has to live up to, and the harsh training that he would receive, would unlock his 1 and then 2 Tomoe Sharingan throughout his childhood. This Naruto also has access to all 5 chakra natures that are natural, and because of his DNA, he can automatically suppress the Nine-Tails thanks to his SENJU and UCHIHA blood. With that, he's able to become even stronger, as this Naruto doesn't attend the academy at all, as he's trained by Jiraiya, Hiruzen, and Tsunade every day without fail. Naruto also learns the Rasengan when he is of age to do so, but he's restricted from using it unless he's about to die or he becomes a Chunin. Speaking of his other training, Naruto learns a lot of jutsu from his mentor Hiruzen, as well as many healing techniques from that of Lady Tsunade, and even more bad habits from Jiraiya that he quickly loses once Hiruzen and Tsunade scold him. Naruto, though, was still hated throughout the village, but he was hated even more because of the blood that was running within his body, and even more that it was mixed with that of the great SENJU bloodline. This Naruto isn't really cocky like you would imagine, because of his grandmother being the main one to raise him. He's actually quite shy, the opposite of her, and his personality is very calm and collected, but when he fights, he does become a different person entirely. The night of the graduation soon arrives, and someone does try to steal the scroll of sealing, although when they walk into the office, they find Naruto sleeping on the desk. This brat again. As he takes a step towards Naruto, he pulls out his blade to kill him. Mizuki is then stabbed by 3 different Narutos, causing him to fall to his knees bleeding. It's then revealed that he was placed in a genjutsu, as the real Naruto was sitting down while reading the scroll, going through some of its forbidden jutsu. Tsunade then walked in shortly after, asking if he was ready to go, but then seeing the shinobi, completely in shock. Naruto turns him in and then heads home. And this is how we'll work around him still being on Team 7, as this Team 7 will be the same. And since Naruto has no record at the academy, he's basically looked at as a person with the lowest score, meaning that he could be put with the Rookie of the Year, Sasuke Uchiha, and with Sakura Haruno. Speaking of Sasuke, this version of him remains the same, and he's a little more empathetic to Naruto because he's also an Uchiha, but he's hated for it, so he feels even worse for Naruto. Team 7 is then seen sitting in the room, as no one speaks except for Sakura, as both of her teammates stayed to themselves and were more quiet. Kakashi walks in, late, noticing that each one of them is a little different. He then takes them to the roof, where they have their iconic talk about their goals and ideals, leading to the bell test, which would happen the next morning. Naruto and Sasuke both sit in silence but come up with a strategy to take him down and take him head on with everything that they have. Naruto tells Sasuke to lead and he'll back him up, and the Uchiha prodigy would agree, of course, since at this point he'd believe that he's much stronger than Naruto. When attacking their sensei, Kakashi blocks and evades most of their strikes, until clones of Naruto begin to cover Sasuke's weak points. The young Uchihas then work together well, especially since Naruto is able to read most of Sasuke's movements and cover them. Still, this wouldn't be enough to take down a Jonin, especially Kakashi Hatake. Jiraiya and Hiruzen watched on from a distance at their final student, with Hiruzen stating that the boy is quite shy even when fighting, as if he wanted to he could have taken the lead, but this is when they see it. Each one of Naruto's clones surrounding Kakashi then uses a different nature transformation. Their sensei then has to use a substitution and captures Naruto, but this one was of course a clone. And from the side, Sakura jumped out to grab the bells, with Sasuke aiming to stab him. He then uses lightning release to paralyze both of them, and Naruto then jumps in the way defending them. Kakashi would state that the test is now over since they worked together really well, but Naruto wasn't done. He pulls out a kunai and gets ready to fight, but then he calms himself down, remembering that all they needed to do for now was to pass, as he must become a Jonin, so he has to become a Chunin first, and even before that, he has to be accepted as a Genin before his sensei. So, naturally, he allows it. Team 7 now, after being healed by Naruto, begins their missions around the leaf, and Naruto doesn't complain at all. He's become a Genin, and he knows the work that he needs to do to become a Chunin, as it won't be easy, especially for him, as he knows a bunch of people in the leaf are already doubting him. Here, it would be Tsunade who insists to Hiruzen that Naruto and his team were ready for a more difficult mission, as this is where the bridge builder arc would begin. Tazuna then makes his comments to them about their strength, but Tsunade vouches for her grandson, saying that this is their best Genin team available as it also has a medic, that being Naruto. This calms him down a little, but then they set out, where they would first be attacked by the Demon Mist brothers. They first kill Kakashi, leading to Naruto and Sasuke both taking on their own opponent. This battle is short-lived though, as it isn't even a contest due to their pure strength and teamwork. Sasuke knocks out his opponent, while Naruto killed off his own. Then he could be seen walking over to do the same to the other brother, but Kakashi reappears stopping him. Let's do an interrogation first. Kakashi lifts his headband, showing off his Sharingan, as, when he wakes up, he gets the info that he wants due to the small genjutsu he was placed in. Now, with Tazuna's true motives being revealed, the team has to make their decision, and they choose to keep going, especially Naruto. Once entering the Land of Waves, Team 7 is again confronted by another rogue shinobi, this time with it being Zabuza of the Mist. He begins his battle with Kakashi, leading him to being trapped inside the water prison jutsu. But we also have Naruto and Sasuke already rushing in before Zabuza can even get a chance to make a clone. Because the two of them attacked so suddenly, Naruto had actually moved so fast that he got right behind Zabuza, cutting off one of his arms, which frees his sensei. And this puts Team 7 at a huge advantage, meaning that Haku would have to jump in early, not only to save Zabuza, but to mask their immediate escape with ice release. With this, Naruto wonders what they should do, but Kakashi falls to one knee, being caught by Sasuke. This is when Naruto takes the lead in the mission, following Tazuna to his home, where he could then heal Kakashi. After seeing his healing firsthand, Tazuna's expression would change, realizing that this brat could actually be their savior, as Naruto wasn't even a brat, he just called him that. Naruto then is tasked with going throughout the Land of Waves to heal everyone who is already injured. Naruto had agreed as this was a secret mission given to him by Tsunade in the first place, as he's on a road to becoming a Jonin. But he has many things that he must do, and this is one of the checkboxes. Naruto agreed, and he headed out using the multi-shadow clone jutsu to send out a bunch of clones, as they could do this. However, by the time he was done, he was actually completely exhausted and decided to rest. This actually led to Naruto falling asleep for a day while Team 7 trained in the forest to learn how to walk on trees and on water. But Naruto would already know this, so he wouldn't be missing anything important. While asleep, Naruto was having a dream where he could see something strange. It was a dark forest surrounding him, and then the branches began to manifest around his body, holding him still to where he couldn't move. They then began strangling Naruto, as he would instantly wake up in a cold sweat, hearing the screams of Tazuna's family. He then runs out to see the younger mother and son being attacked. Naruto then takes down the two bandits with clones and heads out of the house. However, this is where Gato's original plan was completely changed, as he had his men rampage the Land of Waves, while Haku and Zabuza head to the bridge. Naruto would have to send out hundreds of clones throughout the small town to protect the people and their homes. This all leads to him making it to the bridge very late, to where Sasuke was already pretty injured and Kakashi was having trouble dealing with Haku's ice clone and Zabuza, who had an ice arm instead. Naruto would actually run right by him, heading to Sasuke, who was just barely standing. Just in time, he makes it to block some of the needles with lightning release. Naruto then looks around using his Sharingan to see through it, but he can't. There are too many mirrors, which causes him to hold out one hand, thinking about using the Rasengan. As he begins to form it, he stops. Instead, he just makes a clone that heals Sasuke as fast as possible while he protects them. Now the duo could fight again, but with the mirrors being so unpredictable, Haku was a dangerous threat here. And with the clone of Haku actually heading towards Tazuna and Sakura, Naruto needed to act quickly, and so did Kakashi. But what could he do? Time was running out, and he needed to do something quickly. This caused immense stress on Naruto, because the thought of his friends dying because he isn't strong enough causes another awakening within him. Naruto actually yells out, as two awakenings would happen, stretching out his hands, making wood release appear, stabbing through the real Haku and every one of the mirrors around him, destroying the other clone, giving Kakashi the opportunity to also kill Zabuza, as we would look into Naruto's eyes to also see the 3 Tomoe Sharingan, with him breathing heavily. Naruto then makes the wood release go away, as the branches kind of disappear in a way. This is also when Gato and the rest of his men would arrive, but Naruto wasn't having any of it. Still in a blind and almost rage-like state, he holds out his hands towards them, making trees burst from the ground and slam them off the bridge into the water. This is when he shoots a lightning arrow to electrocute them, finishing off the job. Now the bridge could be finished, and with Naruto having the multi-shadow clone jutsu and wood release here, it would happen even faster, which would lead to our team then heading back to the Leaf Village, where they would discover that many shinobi from other villages were here as well, as Team 7 soon gets word of the Chunin exams from Lady Tsunade. How will this Naruto adapt to now having the ability of the first Hokage at his disposal? And what will Team 7 do in the upcoming Chunin exams? As what great adversaries will they face? You'll get to see all of that and more in the next part of this series. As let me know what you guys think so far down in the comments and what I should add.